Yo! Big up yourselves, welcome back to the channel. Big up all my members, big up all the new subscribers, and big up everyone, yeah? Big up you. In today's video, we are back on the rewire that we did in the previous video. I'll leave a link up so you can check it out if you haven't already. The audio might not be the best in this video because my mic's broke, so I'm recording off the camera's mic. It might be alright, it might not. I've never tried it. I've always used the mic. Lol. So we're going to get the tools in, get the gear out, and then while I'm doing that, run that thing. The new apprentice is still with me. Oy, oy, oy.
Hello.
Oh, that was a bit of a awkward hello,
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, it's back on this job. So if you remember, we did the sockets and everything in here, and we got the kitchen ring on just so that they've got a bit of power. So we've got spotlights to do. We drilled those out in the previous video. That's ready to go. We've got a pendant to go up in here or a spotlight. This hasn't been patched because the plumber took these cables up here. So Ollie thought it was gone under the joist and needed sorting. But it wasn't. The plumber had just hid the cables up there. Psych. Anyway, switches to go on. Ollie's been round and plastered the lot, so obviously it is mint. You're a good lad, Ollie, you are. Legend. So we've got sockets to go on everywhere. We've got pendants to go on in here. We've got 2 light switches, sockets throughout. Everywhere's been plastered mint. This one, in this ceiling, we've got 2 spots. I didn't take measurements for this, but Ollie, being the hero he is, sent me some measurements of where they are. Same with the bathroom. I didn't think they needed overboarding, but it has been. Socket down there, light switch. So we've put all the stuff on the stairs that needs to go upstairs, apart from the sockets. James is just sorting them out. Let's get up here. Let's get up. Get up, will ya? So in here, this one's been sprayed. Fair play to her. That's ready to go. By the bed, we've got a socket and a light switch. So at the moment, we've got no light coming out the ceiling, but we've pulled the switch feed up just to make it easier for us now so that they can plaster. And then they've marked on the wall exactly where they're going to be putting the bedside tables. And these bedside tables are like, they hang on the wall. They're nice, to be fair. But we can get a centre measurement now, drill out, measure, and then get a pendant in there. All the rooms have got centre lights. So we've got centre light on the landing. And then in the bathroom, we've got spots. Again, Ollie sent me the measurement. He's a hero. We've got 4 spots going in there. Shower pull cord, I'm going to take that one down, put a new one up. I've got it in the van. That can go on, reconnect the shower up. They've got power there. In here, same again, a few sockets and a centre light. So the first thing I like to do on second fix is this. Get all the stuff and lay it out exactly where it needs to be. We know if we're anything short and we know exactly what's what. So if you go around now, put them everywhere where there's a socket. Not a box, just one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. And then we'll lay them all out. Light switches, I'll do the light switches because some are 2 gang, some are 1 gang. Pendants, James.
Yes.
You know the ones that hang off the ceiling, the lights? Put one of them in each room, they're on the stairs. So that gets that done. We've got a smoke alarm up here, smoke alarm downstairs, heat alarm in the kitchen. Let's get going. So here's my plan with the sockets in here. Socket wise, I've gone for a double USB. That's where the router's getting plugged in. My thoughts for having a USB are that everything needs a hub and all that crap now. So there's USB power there, mint. I've also put a USB next to the sofa there. Nice, so if they're sat at the sofa watching telly, get your phone plugged in, it's mint. That's that. Also, check this out. This is how I've been walking for 3 days now. I'm like the penguin. I don't know what I've done to it. 3 days. I've slept on it or I've twisted it. I don't know. It's going to be nice bending down doing these sockets though, isn't it? So now that everything's laid out, I can start stripping them off and getting them ready. The good thing about having James here is I can just strip them and put the rubbish underneath on the floor and he can go round after and pick it up. What a guy. What a guy. So yeah, we're going to go around now. I'm probably going to do all the sockets first. So get them stripped off and get them all connected up. We'll just strip, get some earth sleeving on, and then crack on with the rest of them. So because we're fitting white plastic, we are fitting BG Nexus white plastic, It's my favourite. It's what the go-to is for me. The nice round edges, and the customers do like them. So they're nice rounded. They're really good, really nice. So what I'm going to do, because it's a plastic socket, they're all plastic accessories throughout. So I'm not going to bother bonding the back box. If it was a metal socket, I'd pull a little earth off there and connect it up. But it doesn't need it. Well, it doesn't need it anyway. But I won't be doing it because it's plastic. Boom. That's done. We're going to go around now, do all of them down here, and then move upstairs and start doing them.
2 hours later.
Right, the sockets are done down here. James is just tightening that light switch back. I'll show you a light switch upstairs just to explain what I'm going through now. So, on our light switches, when we did the rewire, we've wired from the board, we've wired the feeds to all the switches, so that when we're doing a pendant or spots or anything like that, it just makes it a lot easier. We've got a live, neutral and earth here, and yeah, easier to connect to. So we've got a pendant going there, where I just showed you, and then another one going here, and that is switched from a 2-gang switch there that James has just done. So I'm going to get these pendants up now. I'll show you the connections after that, but I'm going to get them up. I won't screw them up because it hasn't been painted. I'm just going to leave them hanging for now. So there's 2 to do in here, and then we'll move on to the downlights in the kitchen. So pendants that we're going to leave hanging, this is what I like to do. So I'll strip the end off, ready. Because we've only got a live, a neutral and an earth, makes it nice and easy. We're going to leave the earth long, and then we'll cut the live and neutral shorter. This is because when you cut the live and neutral shorter, I will show you, they connect into the live and neutral terminals on there, and the grey insulation stays inside the fitting because it's only short to get to there. It stays in there nicely, and then the earth will just wrap round and into that earth connection there. They don't need any because I don't know what colour they're of. A very good question though from young James there. He's unpacking the spotlights for the kitchen, and he said, "Is there any bezels?" How about that? Bezels? Knows all the lingo now, didn't you, James?
Yeah.
He's getting there, bless him. He always wants to do more as well, which is what I like about young James. He always wants to do the next thing, probably because he's bored. You are? That is true. That is also very true. If you didn't hear him, he just said, "I should hope you like me. I'm your son." But are you though? So now you can see the grey insulation goes inside the fitting, and then we've just connected it up nicely there. So that can stay like that now, and then once it's been painted, it's literally just got to be pushed up and screwed onto the ceiling, which anyone can do really. Whether we come back and do it or not, I don't know. But that's what we're doing with that. Now we can move into here. So James is unpacking the spotlights. Like I just said, we haven't got the bezels because I wasn't sure what colour they were going for. So we'll get the bulbs twisted in, get them ready, not bulbs, and then we can start connecting them. So we've got 4 in this side and 2 over here. So now that James has got all the lights unpacked, James,
yes,
can I have the earth sleeve and 2 spots, please? Now that he's got all that unpacked and ready, I'm going to start stripping and fitting these. So you've seen me do this a million times on the channel because these are the spots. These are the go-to spots that we use, yeah, fire guards. And that is, well, they're good lights for one, but another good reason is I can just buy however many spots. If they've got to go in the bathroom, if they've got to go anywhere else where it needs IP rating, I can just use the same spots and just change the bezels. So what I like to do is fit them all everywhere throughout the house, and then we'll go through with the customer what colour they want, because all the colours are the same price apart from black, which are a bit more expensive, but it's not a lot really. It's about 20p, 10p, something like that. So I like that. They can all just be fitted, and then the bezels can go on after. So spotlights are done. We're now going to move on to smoke alarms. So in here, if you can see those 2 cables hanging out the ceiling, that's for a heat alarm because we're in the kitchen. So Aco, these are the brand that we fit, we like, we leak, they're really nice. So heat alarm in here. There's then a smoke alarm bottom of the stairs and a smoke alarm top of the stairs. So on a rewire or any alterations or anything that's with building control, we have to interlink smoke alarms. So sometimes you can get away with radio links if you can't access upstairs, sort of thing. If it's nicely decorated, you can't chop it in. then we'd be fitting radio links. But on a rewire, we pull all the cables in, obviously, and we can get away with fitting all the mains powered, mains interlinked smokes. So heat alarm down here and 2 smokes going in. When we're mounting these to the ceiling, this is what's going to happen. We'll lift this little flap off here, and then there is our connections. They're a nightmare to connect up. They've always been a nightmare. I don't understand why they don't just make it bigger here, because to get them stripped and into the smoke without the single cores going into the ceiling, yeah, it's a nightmare. But we've got a neutral connection, interlink connection, and then a live connection. One thing I didn't know, which I've been doing for years, I've been sleeving the interconnection cable. Been sleeving that up brown. You don't need to, basically. It's a 12 volt signal cable. You don't need the sleeving on it. It's not live, it's not 230 volts. So we'll have our browns going into the live. We'll have blacks into the interconnect, and into there is our greys over sleeve blue. And then there's a little connection there for our earths. So I'll get this up on the ceiling and show you the connections. So as you can see, it's connected up now. I've over-sleeved the grey with the blue. It's quite big sleeving, to be fair. So we've got our lives, blacks are interlink, and blue and grey in the neutral. That's because we've got a twin and earth feeding it and then a 3-core off to the next. So all we want to do now is slot the little cover back on there, and then the smoke alarm just slides on. If you can see that, that slides onto here. So line it up with one hand, man. Line it up. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the blue off for a minute. We'll try again. Line it up like that, click it into place, and then I'll put the blue cover back on just because there's still going to be a bit of dust around, so the customer can take those down when they're finished. So that's the heat alarm done. We've then got 2 smokes to do. So we're in the hallway. These spotlights we already had in the holes, but young Oliver has overboarded it. I didn't think it needed it, but it does look mint now, to be fair, Leek. Well done. So he sent me the measurements. So we've got off the front door 850 in, so 850 in, and then 350 off the 2 edges, which gives us our position. Ollie, this is where we check out your measurements, yeah? So we've got them measured up, got our Johnny on. Oh, yeah, boy. The one's there, I can see it, look. Nice. The second one. Yeah, boy. Are you enjoying yourself, James?
Yes, I am indeed.
Your 6-week apprenticeship?
Yep.
You coming every day?
Unless my uncle fights me tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Quick story for you.
Oh, God.
Listen to this. So, my brother, 18 months ago, something like that, moved over to Australia. Well done him, I hear you say. Well, yesterday, I'm sat there, dressing gown on. My mum comes round. Oh, come outside, I've got to show you all something. It's my brother, he's back. Come to see us for a couple of weeks. And, what does James say? Well, I'm not coming to work now, I'm staying back. Staying at home, playing. Huh. Cheers, James. Cheers, mate. So, while he's here, he wants some work. Can I come and work with you for a bit? Just be your labourer, this is my brother. Yeah, of course you can. But you're going to have to fight James for it now. You know? It's up to them, innit? So, from that story, who do you think is going to win in a fight? My brother, who's about this tall.
And the rest.
James, and the rest, yeah. Or James, who do you think will win in a fight? I've got James, yeah.
Thank you.
So, downstairs is near enough done now. It's all connected up. And I've just had a thought. So, instead of them fighting, what I can do, my brother can come and work here and do bits with me. Not here, because we won't be here, it'll be done. He can do work with me. And then I can pay James to walk around the streets with Pokemon Go on to catch me Pokemon. Winning! What an idea that is. We're cracking on now upstairs. We've got all of the sockets done. James is just finishing one in there. I just wanted to show you what different we've done with the lighting upstairs than we have downstairs. So at this lighting point, this is our last feed on this circuit. So we've got a single feed in, no feed out, and then we've got a switch wire. So in these fittings, we're going to be using loop for our permanent lives. We're going to be using an oversleeve blue for our switch wire, and obviously our single neutral in this. In all the others, there'll be 2 neutrals. But we've done this because these walls are the egg crate walls, paramount walls, whatever you want to call them, and it's just easier for us to fish one cable rather than getting the feed in, the feed out, and a switch wire down the wall. So we've got one in here down to the switch. On the bathroom, we've fed the switch. So we've got feed in, switch wire out, and a 3-core, which is going to feed the fan. I don't know why there's only one there though. So this one must be our last, and then this one over here must just have a feed missing. So that one, I'll jump up the loft, that must have just pulled out. But here on the landing, we've got feed in, feed out, switch wire. In this bedroom, we've got feed in, feed out, switch wire. Young James is finishing the sockets off down there. I've taught him how to connect up. What colour's live?
Brown.
Nice. And then in this bedroom here, we have got feed in, feed out, and a switch wire. Then for in this bedroom, like I said earlier, we've pulled the feeds down to the switches. We've just got to get permanent live. So what we'll do, whichever one is the last point when we find it, or we can come off a pendant again, to be fair. We'll just take another permanent live neutral and earth up, down into a hole there, down into a hole there once it's been measured out, and then we'll have our switch wires that go down to the sides of the beds. So in here they wanted individual switches by the side of the bed, so this side turns on that side turns on that side. We've still got that to pull in. So I've just been up the loft, and that one had just been pulled out, whether or not it's been kicked when the plumber's been up there, because the boiler has been moved into this side of the loft. So it's just been kicked, it's come out, I've put it back in, we're nice. So we've got feed in, feed out, switch wire down to the switch. That's all going to be connected up in a moment. And then that makes this our last point. So our last point, we've got live, neutral and earth in, switch wire out, fan out, 2-gang switch. Nice! So here's what we're doing when we've fed the light. We've got our oversleeve blue in with the live. We've got 3 loops, so we've got live in, live out, switch wire, and then 2 neutrals in the neutral. Again, we've left these hanging, stripped them nice and tight so that nothing's poking at the back. That can just be, oh, this is a hard one-handed, man. That can just be twisted on. I'll do it in a minute. That can be twisted on and just screwed up once it's painted and done. So I've got landing, another 2 bedrooms, and then we'll look at doing the bedside lights in there. And what I've done here is I've held up the lampshade, held it onto the top where they've put the measurements on the bedside table, and just measured the centre of where we need to be. And I've done the same that side, so I've measured the centre there. All we've got to do now is drill up with a wood bit, get into the ceiling, and then we'll see our switch wire up there that's got to get down with our permanent live. So we'll have 3 in there, we'll have an in, an out, and a switch live, and then 2 in here. So our end line and a switch live again. I might come off this again up to the loft hatch just so we can put a light up there. Normally I do it off a spur, but I might just come off the lighting. So this might have 3, it might have 2, depending on what I want to do. Right, I've been up the loft now, and young James has passed me the cable up. So we've passed the 1.5 up. We've done a loop over there, which you can't see, and then we've finished it here. So this one I've just stripped just to show me that it's the permanent one. I was up there because these ones aren't marked. These are the ones that I just pushed up from the light switch. So I've got a bit of messing about to do with the lights that they've sorted out. They've got different ends on, and these are going to be hanging on them. But the pendants that they've bought come with these ends, which you can't put a lampshade on. So this was originally a lamp. Very clever, never thought about doing that. So she's obviously seen the lamp that she likes. And yeah, we've stolen it to make a pendant, which is nice. But I've had to cut off the bulb lamp holder for the lamp and then put it onto the cable, which is from the metal pendant. Metal? Posh? Nice. They've got to go up now. And then yeah, this room's done. Day 2. Sun's out. Huh. So we're in the bathroom now, and once again, Big Ollie sent me the drawing. Oh yay! So we've got 4 spots to go in here. Get these drilled out, same as before. Get the 4 spots in, and then we're up the loft. So we are there, as you can see. The lighting is on. The smoke alarm circuit's on. I haven't got upstairs lighting on yet, and I've got no bulbs for down here. But I've got a delivery coming with a 2-gang switch to finish off upstairs, and a load of bulbs. So that brings us into the garage area, the final area where the fuse board is located. So in here we're going to be putting 2 double sockets because this is going to be used as a utility. It's going to be blocked off eventually. This is just going to be where the washing machine, the dryer, whatever they've got, this is where it's going. So we've got 2 double sockets going in, we've got a 1-gang switch, and we've got an LED button for the ceiling. So what I've done is knocked a 20mm knockout out and just put one of those fire grommets in. They just need slitting and the cable's pushing up. I'll then come round and down. I'm just going to clip direct, and we'll probably put a socket high level, socket low level, and then we're going to drill back entry to put one in that cupboard in there. And I'm going to come back out of there with a 1.5 round, switch by the door, up, off into the joist, drill through, and then just put our batten about here somewhere. So this is what I was talking about. Straight up into there. That's still got to be connected, obviously. I've clipped round and down to a double socket there, down to a double there, and then across and over. I've got the gas bond to go through there as well. That's why I've come across to the side, because the gas meter's there. So socket in there, that's for whatever they want, charger or whatever. And then I'm going to be coming through with the gas bond and just loop onto the pipe there. I've just ripped the old one out because it was cut here where the old board used to be. What a terrible, terrible day this has turned into. I've just struggled to get bits from the old sailors. I've ordered them, they haven't come. Sent another driver, they haven't come. Sent another driver, we've got them. We're still missing mattresses, but I'm just going to have to do it when I come back now. But we are all on. And we are all screwed back, and we're live, and it's live. So yeah, going up the loft, everything's on. I've put power to the boiler, just on a socket for now because I've got no mattresses. These lights I've screwed up. There's no lamps though, but yeah, they're on. These are all on. All the switches are behind the doors in here because they're switching the doors around eventually. But we are live. So, nice. We've got just a fan left to do. The shower's on. I've just gone into the pull cord there. That's on. And the down lights are on. I've just got a fan to drill in there. So, eventually this bathroom's getting changed. The customer's just been out. I've just been through it with her. I'm just going to drill 4 inches out of that and just get it on for now, come down to it, just so that it's powered up and it's ready to go. I'll show you the garage. So here's where we've come out the board. We've gone round, feed the sockets, through the wall there, same with the bonding, up and into the fuse board. We've then got a switch, which operates a 4-foot LED batten on the ceiling. Nice! And that is it. There's not much more left to show. I will do another video. So the next video here, I'll be testing the board, testing all the installation, and just finishing off everything. I've still got a ring camera to go on the front. Ring camera, ring floodlight, and a bell box for the ring alarm. That's got to go on the front as well. So I'll show you how that's powered up and things. But that won't be today, that will be in the next video. So that is it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Big up everybody. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, if you would consider doing that, that would be nice. That would be awesome. Because we're on our way to 6K now. We should get there by the end of the year. We was hoping for 5. We smashed that. Well, you smashed it. But yeah, if you can press the like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I've had a terrible day. I don't know if you can tell. It's horrendous. Right, James.
See ya.
See you later. Ta-ra.